Welcome back everybody to Motive for this second race of the night here for the World Touring Car Championship and Motive on the PlayStation 4 and 5 on Project Cars 2. As we were for the first race, we're still at Oulton Park on the international circuit, and what an exciting first race of the night we had. Some really unpredictable racing for the most part, but we saw Big Blue manage to convert his pole position based on the reverse grid for the championship standings. Big Blue, a man who's very quick, and generally if he's given a chance with a clear track in front of him, he will take that chance and deliver the goods. So yeah, he's done fantastically here in this opener for the night. But still plenty of action to be had over these next two races. This particular race is the only one that has a qualifying session before it, so it's the only one where the grid order is set based on meritocracy, if you like. Obviously race 1 is based on the championship standings, it's a reverse grid, and the final race of the night is a reverse grid based on the results from race 2. So it's the only one where it is pure skill that determines the grid order. And obviously everybody will be a bit more eager to get themselves out there as soon as possible for this particular for this particular session. But nonetheless, we are just sorting out those titles, and they'll be going live in a second. So what I'm saying right now, nobody's watching at the moment. No, this is not live, but we will be live in a second. In fact, we are now officially live. But you will all be able to play this back afterwards. That's the thing. So although what I just said wasn't broadcast live, it was all part of the stream. It's just that the stream wasn't public at the time. But obviously now you can rewind and have a butcher's as to what was just being said. So here we are then, 10-minute qualifying session altogether. We've got 7 minutes left in this one. Drivers currently doing their first flying laps of this session. Obviously, important news actually coming from that first race is that Jay outscored John Boy by 2 points. Obviously the gap in the championship pretty significant at this point. It was 34 points in John Boy's favour. It will now be 32. Also got to check and see who got the fastest lap there in that first race. That will change things up a little bit, because you do get 2 bonus points for clocking the fastest lap in a race. Interestingly enough, it was actually John Boy who took those extra 2 points. So those 2 points that Jay gained on him in the race, he actually loses through John Boy taking the fastest lap. So Jay and John Boy dead even for tonight, and that means that John Boy's championship lead is still 34 points going into the second and third races here of tonight. Obviously after that first race of the night, we've got 8 races left in this season with 3 races per round. As we see a bit of a, I don't even know what to call that, coming out of Cascades. But currently it's Jay setting the fastest timer in the qualifying session on a 39.0, with John Boy second on a 39.2. Obviously with the handicap system, these guys top weights, seeing as they are first and second in the championship. John Boy carrying that extra 5 litres. Is that really going to make a big difference here tonight? I wouldn't have thought it would, but it will certainly give him a disadvantage to the guys who are, say, carrying 70, 80, whatever. That will definitely set him back a little bit. Between 195, I wouldn't say it's massive. It all adds up, doesn't it? But John Boy nonetheless is on a personal best coming through the middle sector here. 2 tenths up. That would put him on pole if he can nail this final sector. Was a bit sideways there going into Druids. I don't know if that cost him maybe a few hundredths of a second. Here comes John Boy into Lodge Corner now. He's going to absolutely send it in, knowing that he didn't get the ideal run going through Druids. Here he comes, John Boy up towards the line. What is it going to be for him? He's currently second in this qualifying session. Can he go to the top of the leaderboard? No, he can't. He improves by 300. So it's clearly cost him a bit of time there going through Druids there for John Boy. And currently second best. Oh, as Cobb goes to the top of the leaderboard there on a 38.7. That is a rapid time there from Cobb. Lovely lap. Cobb obviously gaining points on both of the top two in the championship in the first race. And he's still in mathematical contention at the moment. Still well within mathematical contention. That's never been an issue here for Cobb this season. But yeah, I mean, he's a long way behind, 62 points in the points. So he would need something to happen to both Jay and John Boy, I think. Something catastrophic. But currently he's setting the pace here in this qualifying session. See John Boy trying to warm those tyres up as much as he can. Jay's out there at the moment. He's on a flyer as Ollie there is just right in front of him. This is going to get a bit awkward here as Jay's looking to close up on him here coming into his stops, and Jay just tags him off there, and Jay runs wide onto the grass. Not sure what Ollie was doing there. He clearly wasn't on a flyer because he got damage on the front of the car. So I'm not quite sure what that was all about. That seemed to me to be a little bit peculiar. But Dirt Rally Pro up towards the line. Can he go pole? Not for the time being. He can't. Stays in 5th at the moment. Craig's currently out there. So is Park Hooper, who's improving very slightly through the middle sector. Aussie Albies coming into Shell Oil. Potter Brown coming into that final sector. He's 4/10 down on his personal best at the moment. As Doris Steer runs wide there, going out of Druids, and into the wall he goes. What about Park Hooper? He was on a slight improvement the last time we looked at him. What's he up to here? Here we come then, up towards the line. What is this going to be for Park Hooper? As he didn't find a time that he had been finding in the first couple of sectors there. Well, to be fair, lost less than a tenth in that final sector, but it was such fine margins already. Yeah, it tipped him from a personal best to, unfortunately, a lack of improvement. But John Boy out of the final corner, can he improve here? He's currently 4/10 adrift of Cobb. Needs to find quite a bit here. I think this is an outlap because his fuel is only, he's only got 2 litres left in what his mandated fuel requirement is. So yeah, he's definitely on an outlap. Jay's on a flyer though, as he's coming into Hislops. Oh, bit of a sideways move there. Oh, sliding it through on the second part of the corner. Through Knickerbrick we go. I think that would have lost him a couple of tenths there at the very least. Cobb coming up towards the line. Can he? I think he's on an outlap as well. But Jay here coming through into the final sector, through into Druids. Oh, massively sideways there. You could see the smoke coming out of from those tyres as he was absolutely trying to chainsaw that one through the corner. Into Lodge we go. I don't think this is going to be an improvement for Jay. It seems, from what I've seen so far, it appears to have been a bit of a scruffy lap. Here he comes up towards the line. And yeah, no improvement there for Jay. But he'll still have a chance to try and right the wrongs here and get himself onto the top spot. John Boy's currently on a flyer here. So is Cobb, so is Jay. So the top 3 all out there on laps. Oh, John Boy, is he backed off here? Oh, I think he's still going. Here he comes through Druids. Onto the power he goes. What sort of lap is this going to be for John Boy here as he comes down towards the Lodge corner? Looking on the timing board, it looks like Craig's gone into P6. So he's improved his best time ever so slightly. Here comes John Boy up towards the line. Currently 3rd in this session. Can he improve and get himself on the front row maybe? He can't. He misses out by less than a tenth from the front row. 3.5 tenths off of your fastest man Cobb though. Cobb is flying tonight around Oulton Park. Really enjoying himself out there at the moment. One driver who'll be gutted to miss Oulton Park tonight is Mike. Has gone very well around here in recent seasons, but Mike, as we said before, on an internship currently in Belgium, so not able to make the race. Looks like Cobb and Jay both in the pits here, so this is all eyes on John Boy now, and he's 2 tenths up coming through the first sector here. So this is now John Boy's big opportunity to take pole position away from those two and start the second race of the night with a bit of an impetus here. Coming through Britain's, it looks like he didn't maximise his exit there, but took a lot on the entry. Didn't get the perfect run out of the corner though. Down the straight we go. That's where it all costs you. All the way down this straight towards Histops is where you lose that time by not getting the best of exits. Into Histops we go, staying off the curb. Beautifully getting that done turned in. I think he was as quick as he could have gone through there. Through Knickerbrook we go. Want to stay off that curb a little bit on the exit because that does scrub your speed. But a very, very good, strong lap here from John Boy. The only sort of downside was that his exit coming out of Britain's, it wasn't perfect, but he's 2.5 tenths up. He just needs to find another tenth here in the final sector as he gets it through Druids, and that was a lovely swift manoeuvre there going through Druids down towards Lodge Corner. Now we're on board with John Boy, a 3-time champion of this touring car division, current championship leader as well, as he just tags the curve on the inside there. Out the last corner he comes onto the start finish straight and up towards the line. Is it going to be John Boy for pole position here for this second race? As we wait to find out, no, he misses out by 600ths of a second. So Cobb manages to hold on for a very coveted pole position here, ahead of John Boy, who'll line up alongside him in second, with Jay third, and Dirt Rally doing a fantastic job in qualifying, getting within 4 tenths of the pole time there. Lovely lap there from him as a reserve here tonight. Obviously not a regular in this touring car division, but yeah, fantastic effort there from Dirt Rally. I mean, you don't expect anything less from a driver who has several world records on this game, but you know, even so, when it's a category that these guys have raced for so many seasons now, you've kind of got to respect being able to jump in and being so, you know, so quickly on the pace. But nonetheless, this is it for the only standing start of the night here at Motive. Both the first and the third races are both formation laps. But this one, the only one where literally it's lights out and away we go. The other two are more of a green flag and away we go. Here we go then, guys. Lights coming on ahead of the grid. We're about to go racing here for the second race of the night here at Oulton Park. And Ollie absolutely jumped the start by a mile there. He was gone before the lights had even started to go out. Cobb leads us into turn one, but John Boy's going to look up the inside. Can he make the move? Cobb's going to hold it around the outside. We'll have better momentum here down towards Cascade. Somebody a bit wide there. That's Big Blue getting it wrong, coming out of Old Hall Corner, but it's Cobb from John Boy from Jay, with Dirt Rally there in 4th place. Ollie in 5th, having jumped the start. He'll have to come in for a drive through at some point over the course of this race. Oh, as we see contact there, Big Blue there involved in a collision, and he's off onto the grass there. Not sure who it was with, but whoever it was with has got away with that one relatively scot-free compared to Big Blue. But as we watch him coming through Island Bend for the first time, looking like no major dramas aside from that, although Pot the Brown and Doris T have dropped off of the lead pack a little bit here, so maybe they were involved. Just John Boy there got out of shape coming out of shallow hairpin onto the grass a little bit there. I wonder if he was side by side with Cobb going into the corner maybe, and then had to get out of it, but nonetheless it seems like they've all got away with that one. But Pot the Brown, Doris T have had a bit of a skirmish on this opening lap. Big Blue running well off at the back of the pack at the moment, but John Boy trying to defend here from Jay. Into his stops we go, but looking like we're all very, very tidy so far from the front 8. Currently 8 cars separated by 3 seconds at the moment, and then a bit of a gap back to Pot the Brown and Doris, with Big Blue there running in 12th place. But the leaders coming through into the final sector here on the first lap of the race, and it is absolutely neck and neck. It is toe to toe here between these drivers. These top 3 in the championship currently running 1, 2 and 3 in this second race of the night. We're riding on board with Jay at the moment, the championship leader in the middle of this sandwich. You've got the man in 3rd place leading the pack, and you've got the man in 2nd place in the championship currently running in 3rd at the trio, at the rear of this trio. But they've got Dirt Rally coming with them here. Dirt Rally's not letting them off the hook at the moment. You can see there he's all over the back of Jay as they come towards turn 1. Cobb currently leading ahead of John Boy with Jay, Dirt Rally. There's Ollie running in 5th ahead of Craig, followed by TMW and Aussie, and a bit of a gap back to Pot Pooper there, who's ahead of Pot the Brown, Doris Steer, and Big Blue running at the back, currently 10 seconds off of the lead there in 12th place. But we see the leaders coming through Cascades here on lap 2 of the race. John Boy is almost pushing Cobb along here, as we can see in the background. Jay was a bit wide onto the grass there, riding on board with John Boy, looking to the outside into Island Bend, has to tuck in for the time being. He's not going to make that one happen. happen at the moment, as Cobb there just took a little bit of grass there on the entry to the corner. Wasn't an ideal line, bit of a lock up there as well from Cobb. He's going to be on shaky ground at this point, as John Boy's looking to try and capitalise, but he's not able to at the moment. He's still holding his ground here as he looks to the inside into Britain's, but that was never going to work there for John Boy. That was more of a scare tactic there from John Boy to try and just make Cobb think twice about what he was doing. Maybe put him off of his lines a little bit, but it's not happening at the moment. Down towards the towards Hislop chicane we go once again. Jay looking all over the back of John Boy there into the corner. Still the top 8 separated by 3 seconds, so looking like the leaders battling is allowing the others to keep up with them at the moment. Olimar obviously has to do a drive-through penalty at some point, although he can do it at any point between now and the end of the race, because Project Cars 2 is a little bit broken. On most games you have to do it within 3 laps. On Project Cars 2 it's whenever's convenient. But in the background there, Ollie getting a bit wide there onto the grass. Oh no, Olimar mowing the lawn there as they came out of Druids, and that's going to be Craig there up into 5th place. And is that going to be job done? Surely it is. Ollie's going to try and keep it around the outside there, but Craig's moved through up into 5th place, and now TMW is just giving Ollie a bit of a bang of doors there as they come down the start finish straight. Ollie there with a better straight line speed than the BMW, moves back ahead again there. But in the meantime, it's still Cobb out the front, but John Boy and Jay have dropped off of him a little bit. Cobb's now got over a second of a gap here, so Cobb looking a bit more comfortable in this race than what he has done. Oh, is Jay there very wide? Gets all over the place there out of Cascade. Keeps it on the track though, keeps the momentum, didn't lose any time. That's crucial there. Well, maybe lost a tenth or two, but he's still right there with the pack at the moment. Ollie's running just ahead of Team MW at the moment as they go for Island Bend. Ollie there with a massive slide as Team MW sends one up the inside into shallow hairpin. That was a lovely late braking move there from Team MW, and look at that, Aussie also moving up the inside of Ollie. So Aussie there side by side with Ollie down towards Britain's. Is he going to have this one done? Ollie's going to try and come back at him into the chicane. He's not going to be able to though, and that's Aussie Albie up into 7th place. Great battling from everyone here as Jay's alongside John Boy here coming down towards Hislops. John Boy there goes a little bit wide, giving him the space there. Jay might have the inside for Knickerbrook. They're still going to be side by side all the way through here. John Boy trying to keep it all the way around him here, but Jay's surely going to get this move done. They are still side by side here coming into the final sector. This is incredible racing here from these two contenders in the championship. Jay's still there on the inside. Into Druids we go. Somebody's got to give here as there's contact there between them, as John Boy running a bit wide. There was a bit of a bump between them as Jay just trying to squeeze John Boy out. Jay's going to have the inside for Lodge Corner, and he's going to complete that move, and it looks as though Dirt Rally's going to make the move on John Boy as well here. So John Boy losing 2 places down to 4th place. Oh, Jay's got it wrong though on the exit of Lodge, and Jay's lost now 3 places, has dropped behind Dirt Rally and Craig, and John Boy up into 4th, but he's lost 2 places as well here. Well, technically 1 place if you actually count numbers, but John Boy down to 4th, Jay down to 5th, Dirt Rally and Craig into the podium places. Cobb in the meantime is laughing out the front. He's got a massive gap, over 3 seconds now, and this is exactly what he needs with his 2 rivals in the championship, currently running in 4th and 5th places, and currently tying each other in knots at the moment. Really incredible developments here at the moment. Cobb still out the front. There's the rest of the pack right now coming through Island Bend. But Cobb's still out the front doing everything he needs to do at this point in the race. Dirt Rally into 2nd place. What can he do from that position? Can he start to close the gap on Cobb at this stage? There's Ollie in the background, not too far off of that battle. There's Part Pooper and Pot the Brown with Big Blue, and Doris Steer currently running in 12th place. Cobb there, a bit of a lock up as he came into Hislops. Dirt Rally a bit wide there coming out of Knickerbrook. Just I mean, not a major moment, but lost him a little bit of time there to Cobb. Cobb saying that the gap's still around the same. It's still just under 3 seconds at this point, as John Boy looking to try and get a cut back here on Craig. Let's jump on board with John Boy here as they come down towards Lodge Corner. Craig trying to squeeze, trying to just close the door there. John Boy's going to be too far back going into Lodge. He's trying to hold his line here because Jay's trying to go around his outside. Can Jay make this move around the outside? He is going to make that move. Jay's going to keep himself there on the outside with that momentum. He's going to have the slipstream off of Craig as well, which might be able to help him out as they come down towards Old Hall Corner. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes here between Jay and John Boy? John Boy there keeping it on the inside. Had that preferred line. Jay though is going to keep it all the way around the outside there, using that curb, which you're allowed to do. Track limits are the curbs here at Motive in the Touring Car Championship. John Boy losing that one. Jay back up into 4th place. Lovely move there from Jay. Really attacking here in this one is Jay. We're seeing a lot of aggressive moves from him, but he's, as always, keeping it very clean. It's one thing that Jay maybe has done, you know, he could improve on. It's potentially the fact that he is such a clean driver. He could be a little bit more ruthless, and we're seeing that from him tonight as John Boy give him a bit of a nudge there in the rear, but still holding firm at the moment, but looking like John Boy starting to get a little bit irritable at this point. Oh, it's Jay hits the bollard. Oh, he goes straight on there, and he's lost a place to John Boy now. He's dropped behind Aussie as well. And he's now dropped, he might drop behind Team MW here. Team MW is going to tuck in behind him for now. But John Boy and Jay have now got Aussie in between them here. So John Boy, once again, it's advantage John Boy here. But Cobb still out the front. His gap to the Dirt Rally, though, is coming down. Dirt Rally is currently the fastest man out on track at the moment. Lapping in the low 1:39s. And he's doing his personal best on this lap as well. I tell you what, this would be an absolute turn-up here if Dirt Rally can get a win. Racing as a reserve, that would be the ultimate party pooper here. Don't mean to use Part Pooper's name there, but it genuinely would be a real show up if Dirt Rally were to jump into this league of seasoned veterans here in the touring cars and get a win. I mean, I say that, and you know, it's all tongue in cheek because this guy, he has a world record. He has multiple world records on this game. I don't know why it would be that. It's not even like it would be a surprise, but come on, I've got to build it up a little bit. Come on. But Cobb is still out the front. Has got that 2-second gap over Dirt Rally at the moment. You've got Craig there running in third ahead of John Boy, Aussie ahead of Jay, and Team MW and Potter Brown a long way behind there with Big Blue, Doris Steer, Part Pooper. Currently these four battling out over 8th place as Big Blue there looks like he's made the move on Potter Brown coming down Lakeside up into 8th place there. Big Blue goes. Oh, there's this contact there. Doris Steer pushing Potter Brown wide onto the grass. Potter Brown keeping out of that tyre wall, which is always crucial because if you put it into that tyre wall, then you're going to be a while getting it out. But Big Blue has managed to get himself up into 8th place. Doris Steer with a bit of a hung out to dry moment there on Potter Brown. Potter Brown losing out to Part Pooper as a result. Cobb's gap to Dirt Rally still staying at around the same at the moment, still about 2 seconds. Dirt Rally hasn't really closed it in anymore over the course of this lap. Cobb's starting to respond to that pressure here. Craig doing his personal best on this particular lap, but he's still got John Boy keeping him on his toes at the moment. There's Aussie Albie in 5th ahead of Jay. John Boy was a massive lock up there coming through Druids, which just dropped him off at the back of Craig ever so slightly. Still not really coming under too much scrutiny from Aussie at the moment. But here we come, down the start-finish straight. It's still Cobb out the front from Dirt Rally. There's Craig ahead of John Boy, Aussie, Jay. There's Team MW at the rear of that 7-car train, separated by less than 7 seconds, the top 7. There's Jay there, ever so wide going out of Old Hall Corner. He just needs to hold himself together here. This Jay started to get a little bit ahead of himself here. I think that was a bit of lag there, which made it look like he'd run wide out of Cascades. I don't think he did. So last lap, Cobb actually took a 10th back on Dirt Rally there, so he managed to get a bit of that momentum which Dirt Rally's been sort of gradually closing on him, and now Cobb started to put his finger out a little bit here. John Boy still hassling Craig, but Craig was actually a bit quicker on that previous lap than John Boy. On board with John Boy as they come into the final sector though. He's going to be looking to try and make this move if he possibly can. Aussie still not too far off. Jay all over the back of Aussie as well. Oh, Aussie's gone wide. He's gone very wide there out of Druids, and Jay's going to say thank you very much as they come down towards Lodge Corner. That's going to be Jay up into 5th place as Aussie tucks in behind him there. You've got Team MW looking on the back of Aussie, but he's too far away to make that move. John Boy here. Oh, John Boy! John Boy there, just going into the wall as he was trying to make a move on Craig. Craig just went to defend his position, and John Boy ended up snapping into him. And now John Boy is going to have Jay all over him as well. So Jay, Aussie, and team are coming for him at the moment. This is a huge turn up because John Boy might have damage on the front end of the car. Looking like it's had a bit of a scrape. It's not hanging off, but John Boy, I tell you what, he's pushing his luck there with moves like that. it's going to be difficult for him if he loses points to Jay here tonight. But he's currently still running in 4th place. Doesn't look like the damage is much. Seemingly has still got some pace here in this one, but not what he needs, that's for sure. Moments like that are just, it's just heart in mouth moments. You just don't need them when you're in a championship battle. Cobb's still out the front, but Dirt Rally is continuing to side that gap down. Dirt Rally this time a 10th quicker than Cobb on that last lap, and on this lap it appears he's gained some more here into his stops. All massive lock up there from Dirt Rally. Lost him a 10th or two. Cobb now extends to 1 point. Well, now it's back down to 1.1 again. It's ebbing and flowing, but currently Dirt Rally with the momentum seemingly has got better consistency at this stage in the race than Cobb has. He's bringing that gap down. I reckon the final lap is going to be a fight between these two. Are we going to have 1 or 2 more laps? That's the big question here. I know that you generally, coming into the braking zone here, you've got about 10 seconds at the end of the lap, so I reckon we get this next lap will be the final lap. It's a 1:39 lap in race pace here at Oulton Park, and we've got less than that on the clock now, and we haven't crossed the line yet. So this is the final lap of the race here for the second race of the night here at Oulton Park for the Touring Car Championship here at Motive Racing. It's Cobb leading the way, and this would be a crucial win with his championship rivals currently squabbling in 4th and 5th places, and Jay under threat here from Team MW and Aussie could lose 5th place at this rate. But this is definitely what Cobb needs at this point. He outscored both of them in the first race and is on course to do so again here in this second race. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for Cobb if he is to have any chance of winning this championship. But John Boy looking like he's clear of that battle. Jay's still very much got his mirrors full of Team MW and Aussie at this stage. Cobb's still doing what he needs to do at the moment. His gap to Dirt Rally is 7/10 of a second, although Dirt Rally was 8/10 quicker on the previous lap, but we're already halfway round the final lap here in this one. Cobb didn't get a great run coming out of Britain's. Dirt Rally closing up a little bit more here. Craig's gap to John Boy 2 seconds. He's comfortable. John Boy's gap to Jay comfortable as well, over a second. Jay's currently still got his mirrors full of Team MW and Aussie. Through his stops and into Knickerbock we go. The 2 leaders. It's Cobb he might just hold on here ahead of Dirt Rally, should I say. Dirt Rally has been absolutely bringing that gap down non-stop here over the last few laps, but Cobb, I think, the checkered flag is going to come just in time for him. We are on the final lap of the race. He just needs to nurse the car through these last few corners, make sure there are no gaps forming. Park it on the inside of Lodge Corner if you have to, Cobb. Just make sure you bring this one home. Here he comes. And Cobb, it's going to be massive for him as Dirt Rally gives him a bit of a tap in the rear going into the corner. Knew it was his last chance to make something happen. It wasn't going to be. Cobb over the line to take the second race of the night ahead of Dirt Rally, who takes a very creditable second place. It's going to be Craig over the line to complete the podium with John Boy over in 4th. Team MW got ahead of Jay at the end there. So Team MW gets 5th ahead of Jay in 6th. Aussie over in 7th. Jay losing points in that championship battle here tonight. Big Blue over in 8th place in the end ahead of Doris Deer in 9th with Park Pooper 10th. Potler Brown finishes this one in 11th place as Ollie Marr having an absolute mare here tonight. What is going on with him? A driver who I know for a fact likes Oulton Park, but you wouldn't know it, would you? Then again, he jumped in as a late reserve. I can't sort of comment, really. I can't really tear into him too much because he's very kindly made up the numbers tonight. But Cobb, Dirt Rally and Craig, your podium finishers. Guys, we'll be back for the final race of the night very shortly. The news stream will be posted in about 5 minutes.